Picture this: a scrappy band playing in a sweaty place. The crowd's small, the eats are cheaper, and the lead singer's telling anyone who'll listen that someday they'll headline Wembley. That was AMD not long ago. Then Lisa Su shows up with a metronome, a game plan, and an uncanny ability to write hooks that sell out arenas. When Su arrived in 2012, AMD's market value was under $2 billion. Today the company sits in the high hundreds of billions range, the result of a decade of strategy, engineering, and stubborn product excellence. The comeback plot. From bankruptcy chatter to boardroom swagger. When Lisa Su took the reins, AMD was the textbook case for nice tech, terrible timing. Su refocused AMD on high-performance computing, stacked the roadmap around breakthroughs, Hello, Ryzen and EPYC, and quietly rebuilt engineering culture from the silicon up. Those Ryzen CPUs went from "oh neat" to "bye-bye competitor" in desktop gaming and laptops. EPYC server processors moved AMD into the heart of cloud and data center spending. The result wasn't just better chips, it was a change in narrative. Investors stopped seeing a turnaround story, they began to see a growth engine. Concrete numbers. By October 2025, AMD's market cap is roughly in the neighborhood of $267 to $272 billion. A staggering ascent from that sub-$2 billion figure when Su joined. That's not growth, that's a Hollywood montage of spreadsheets. Imagine a small soccer club that somehow grows into Manchester United because they installed better cleats, chips, hired a new coach, Su, and convinced the top players, hyperscalers and cloud providers, to switch shirts. That's AMD, only with fewer chants and more fabs. The new arms race, MI300 and the AI bidding war. GPUs, orders, and please send more. If Ryzen and EPYC won AMD respect, the Instinct MI300 family is how AMD staked its claim in the AI era. These are data center class accelerators designed to train and infer massive AI models. For folks betting on the AI supercycle, MI300 isn't a side hustle, it's the main stage. Multiple reports and market research indicate that MI300 series accelerators have won significant adoption across big AI shops and hyperscalers, and AMD has been increasingly talking about system-level solutions, CPUs plus GPUs plus NICs, that make large deployments easier for customers. In short, the MI300 ramp matters. Massive orders isn't marketing puffery here. Industry analyses and vendor reporting throughout 2024 to 2025 point to substantial MI300 deployments among major cloud providers and large AI builders. Whether that's specific firm-level order numbers or multi-hyperscaler commitments, the market's acting like AMD just served free pizza at a developer conference. And yes, in semiconductor land, pizza equals product trials, volume orders. Picture a conveyor belt the size of a football field where MI300 boards slide out and hyperscalers scoop them into racks like Tetris champions. That's the visual investors are salivating over. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. The numbers investors care about. Price tags, ratios, highs and lows, and what they actually mean. Let's talk stock market soup. Over the 5 days leading into early October 2025, AMD was up nearly 4% and trading above about $165 per share, a sign of recent bullishness tied to AI spending themes and macro movement in tech. The 52-week range is also helpful if you like drama. High is almost equal to $186.65, low is almost equal to $76.48. Those are the peaks and valleys of investor mood swings over the last year. Now the ratios. The stuff that makes value investors squint. Trailing, current, PE, around the mid-90s. Sources report figures like 94.7, 101 depending on timing and the EPS window. That's high compared to many legacy chipmakers, and it signals that the market expects sizable earnings growth to come. Forward PE. Various data services put this in the high 20s to low 40s range, Think roughly around the low 30s as a reasonable snapshot, reflecting analysts' projections for future earnings. In plain English, investors are paying today for earnings expected down the road. Translation for mortal human investors, AMD's price reflects a lot of optimism. If revenue and margins keep marching upward, those ratios will look smart. If the AI spend cycle slows or competition bites, the ratios compress fast. Why the market is excited. Product market fit meets timing. Why this frenzy? 3 simple ideas. Product credibility. Ryzen and EPYC proved AMD can make chips that win on performance per dollar. That credibility makes it easier for hyperscalers to test and adopt AMD's AI accelerators. Hyperscaler traction. Multiple reports indicate MI300 family adoption across top AI customers and cloud providers. When the biggest buyers order, the revenue math starts to look very attractive. Think of hyperscalers as massive grocery stores. Once they put AMD on the shelf, tens of thousands of units are possible. Systems play. AMD has been pushing beyond discrete chips into full rack-scale solutions and infrastructure, e.g., ZT Systems acquisition and integrated AI platform messaging, which shortens the path from chip to deployed cluster. That's a big deal if enterprises prefer turnkey racks over building their own from scratch. If NVIDIA is the luxury sports car manufacturer, AMD is the fast-growing EV maker that just bought a factory that builds the battery packs, the charging stations, and maybe a fleet of SUVs to sell the whole package. The risks? Don't buy with your heart, check the fine print. Here are the big risks. Tight competition. NVIDIA still owns a large chunk of the AI accelerator ecosystem and has a robust software stack, CUDA. Porting and software ecosystem are non-trivial. Customers prefer tools that reduce engineering friction. AMD's RCM improvements are real, but ecosystem inertia is powerful. Supply and HBM shortage, high bandwidth memory, HBM, supply constraints and packaging capacities at TSMC/CoWoS level can limit how quickly AMD scales MI300 volumes. The industry has had similar issues before, and they matter a lot when chips are selling faster than factories can package them. Note this as well. When his disciples heard it, they were exceedingly amazed, saying, "Who then can be saved?" But Jesus beheld them, and said unto them, With men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all, and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Jesus said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me, in the regeneration when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Matthew 19:25-30. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.